can be given to political parties so that we can get away from this ghost of stolen elections or allegations of stolen elections. So I like that, persons with gravitas, in addition to the experts. Because today's expert, look at them, it goes through, by the way, before you came in, the selection panels here, and they were very gracious to the work of this committee, basically open-minded, and we thank them. But this whole thing about people with absolutely no political sense coming in, they have no feeling whatsoever, and all they do is, and we know, I can tell you, as you know, we've been serious political players in the 2013 election, the 2017, and the 2022, which fall short of what those persons with gravitas achieved in 2002. When in fact, the outcome of that election made the whole world say the country with, I think, the most optimistic nation on earth after 2002 was Kenya. And we continue to build on that goodwill, this country will be very far. So, I just want to agree with you on the persons with gravitas. How you achieve that is something that we probably may want to develop with us, and not necessarily the strength of political. By the way, you're very clear, Kimani may not have listened. You say the major 2 or 3 political parties can present lists, and the others, 1. And you can also look at the existing ones. I mean, the persons perhaps will be worked upon by the selection panel. And then we end up with a product that can deliver this country to the next level when it comes to political party governance. The only thing I want you to address, because you didn't address it, because the rest of the points are very clear, in fact, absolutely well thought out, is the fidelity to political parties. This aggression on the party that ends up forming government, and in this case our friends in Kenya Kwanza. You will remember that immediately after elections, Azimio la Umoja One Kenya had the majority of members of parliament. But there are people in this country who do not believe in political party democracy or decency. They want just to be in government. And they went to government and caused a violation of what was even agreed at that time by way of registered coalitions with the registrar of political parties. First of all, what would you recommend with regard to the independence and the strengthening of the role of the office of the registrar of political parties? And again, fidelity to coalitions and coalition arrangements. Because then whoever takes over power at a particular time will say, I want the numbers so that I can carry out my legislative program. But it appears to me, if we are to borrow the example of what's happening in the United States today, the Republicans are the majority in Congress, and the American people are teaching us something. You negotiate and even end up like they did last night, say, let's leave out this matter of funding the war in Ukraine and look at national interest. And then everybody ends up feeling a bit more accommodated. President Biden is a president on the Democratic Party, but Senator McCarthy, of course, they want to impeach him now. The extremists on Republicans want to impeach him for considering what they've given. But since our Constitution 2010, I'm sure you'll agree, has drawn heavily from the American model presidential system. I think that it probably will make this country be in good standing if we then can follow some of these ethos and avoid disorganizing, dismantling in a very dismissive manner political parties that take time to put together, coalition arrangements that take time to put together. Of course, the idea of a post-election coalition is also possible, but immediately after an election, in a country as divided as we are, right now divided right in the middle, And then you have a head of state who probably say, I want to stamp great authority.